How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Scarlet, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. We got some new Pokemon rumors and leaks, as well as big news that we're going to be talking about. So sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. Starting things off, we have this right here. Now, what are we looking at? Well, basically, this is a 4chan rumor. It was shared by Light, so shout out to Light for sharing it. But basically, it's a kind of one of 4chan posts where they say what will be in it. Now, of course, these could be real and they could be fake. We've had many of these be real in the past, so there is a high chance that this could also be, well, sorry, not this specific one, but there's always this big chance that there's going to be another real post there. Either way, here's what they say. Opening video celebrating 27 years of Pokemon, which does sound about right for what they will do for the Pokemon Day. If you don't know what they do on Pokemon Day, they do a Pokemon Presents, which is equivalent to a Nintendo Direct. Basically, just a big news announcement moment for Pokemon. So we're expecting a Pokemon Presents on this day. Either way, it continues on and says, Pokemon Go Mystery Raid Event, which, yeah, I mean, that sounds about right as well, if you think about it. Then Pokemon Sleep coming 2024. I really don't think that would happen. Let's be real. Just doesn't feel like that's going to ever happen, but you never know, right? But there was a re-trademarking, I think, or a website domain that was registered last year for Pokemon Sleep, so it's always possible. Either way, Pokemon Cafe remix. Holy moly. A reimagining of a classic mobile game. But we already have Cafe Remix, right? That's Cafe Mix and then Cafe Remix. Then they already did that. So that's a bit weird that they're like gonna do it again. I don't know if this is like, I don't know, it's just weird. Pokemon Ultimate Mystery Dungeon trailer, a new game using a newly developed AI tech to generate expansive dungeons unlike ever seen before. This actually sounds like fair and actually about right. The Mystery Dungeon is already one of the things that we kind of know most likely is going to be revealed on Pokemon Day next week, on Monday. It's one of the things we do expect to see revealed. The reason why we do expect to see it revealed is literally because the company who makes the Mystery Dungeon games, Spike-Chun Soft, they actually were found in the code of the website for Pokemon Day. They were found there, which is intriguing because it will only be there if they're going to be showing up. So there's a high chance we're going to be seeing a Mystery Dungeon game. Plus, it makes sense to be a Mystery Dungeon game. It's the second most popular Pokemon, spin-off game, Pokemon game series, if you want to call it like that. Like, of course, the main series is the best seller, and the second best is definitely Mystery Dungeon, because it also has the most entries as well, so it is a bit unfair to compare it that way, but nonetheless, I digress. We get back to what we're talking about, though. So, it says, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl are coming to Switch Online, which would be really cool. That's the dream if they could put that on there, so people don't have to play BDSP. But then again, Diamond and Pearl still are not as good as Platinum, so I would have preferred Platinum included as well. Pokemon Legends, the Burned Tower teaser. Oh my lord, that would have been that. Oh, dude, that would be the coolest thing ever. Like, if they actually announced another Legends game and it would be one set in Johto, mwah, fantastic. Okay, that would be so good, dude. And a teaser trailer for that. Oh, that would be so good. That would be so amazing. Then it says, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet expansion pass 2 waves, okay? The Deep Abyss coming March 3rd. That would be very early. What? And Summer Break coming in June 30th. And then I guess at the end of the year, Legends The Burned Tower. Ending trailer teases Unova remakes coming in 2023. Okay, listen, I'm gonna be real. This is definitely not real. This post is it would be a dream come true, okay? Event. But here's the problem. Black and White remakes are not coming this year. Because it says 2023. So that would be this year. Which, no, that's not happening. We're not getting remakes this year. Plus, we wouldn't get remakes and another Legends game, as well as DLC. I mean, I guess the argument this person's trying to make is that, oh, the DLC is coming in March, which is literally right after they be revealed. And Summer Break will be coming in June, which is where, in my opinion, in June is when the first one should come out. Because that's what they did with Sword and Shield. So, this shit ain't making any sense, I'm gonna be real. And also, Unova remakes are not gonna happen this generation. They're not gonna happen during Generation 9. Those should happen in Generation 10, which is the next gen. It just makes sense. It would line up perfectly and everything like that. And they do keep that shit in mind. So, no, that's just highly unlikely, okay? I'm gonna say it right now. Highly unlikely. I'm sorry, but I love this, though. If this was genuinely what gets revealed, I would be so happy. I would be ecstatic, okay? I would be literally flying to the moon if this was real. But the problem is, Realistically, it probably isn't, okay? It probably isn't. But again, I want to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions. And if you know what, tell me in the comment section down below. What is your, like, you know, wish for this, like, wish list or whatever for what we should see? I want to just hear about that. Then we have a bunch of other stuff to talk about. For example, big news. This was from Lutu, who said that Detective Pikachu's development is reaffirmed in another recently released interview with Creatures. Because Creatures is the company that makes that game, and Creatures are the people that make all the 3D models for Pokemon. So any 3D models you see for Pokemon, whether it be the TCG, the movies, etc., the games, whatever it might be, they make all the 3D models for that. But they're also the people that developed the original Detective Pikachu, which you can tell by the graphics and all that, because they do spend a lot of time over there with that. You know, again, it seems like they're back at it again. They're still working at Detective Pikachu, on Detective Pikachu, so we might actually see that, you know, next week. We might see that announced on Pokemon Day finally, which would be genuinely crazy. So what Soul says here is, once again, Detective Pikachu has been confirmed to be in development. I'm not sure why people are overlooking this, but it's coming. Probably pretty soon, 2023, 2024. And if I remember the previous interview correctly, they wanted to implement very good and realistic graphics, so this is an easy guess for an announcement on Pokemon Day. Which, yes, very highly possible. And then Soul also continues and says, maybe people aren't overlooking it and they're just not excited about it, like myself, lol. This is a big wrench in Pokemon Day, though. What we know is Ku said 23 projects, and we got Mystery Dungeon dev leak, so we know that. But Ku also said something brand new is coming. So, DP2, MD, like Mystery Dungeon, wait, so let me think. So, we would have Detective Pikachu 2, Mystery Dungeon, a new game, and DLC. That is a lot. And then here's what he said. So people's unrealistic expectations for 23 project, well, I guess 23 is implying like the 2023 for the 2023 projects, Lamal, and some of them were restricted by former dead ones. And somebody asked, okay, then what should we expect, sir? Should we have low or high expectations? Depends. It's new, though. So this would imply that he's trying to tell us, or as far as I can tell, he's trying to tell us that, okay, people are expecting a lot of old stuff like Rangers, Stadium, whatever else, Mystery Dungeon as well. Fuck it. You know, I mean, might as well include that one too. Sleep, Detective Pikachu. Like, he says basically that people have unrealistic expectations for the project, and some of them, like, you know, and some of them are restricted by former dead ones. So, like, I guess it's the expectations or the game that are restricted, which I wonder. It's kind of a bit confusing in that regard. But we'll have to wait and see how that develops. So yeah, important to mention, Ku's original message about the unreal expectations could have been directed at people saying Detective Pikachu 2 was coming this year, or Pokemon Sleep, or Kalos DLC. So I personally say it's more likely we see Detective Pikachu 2 in 2024, and the point of this tweet was just to say it still exists. Which is, that's fair. That's a fair way to look at it. So yeah, but again, a short but important relevant topic for today, or at least for 2023. This is an old post, I think, from... okay, actually it was earlier this month. But basically, here's what Ku said then. If you don't know who Ku is, by the way, I'm going to just quickly explain. Ku is the Riddler. He is a person who has genuine leaks and information, and he leaks this stuff all the time. And he gives us information, but he never says anything 100%. He just gives you little hints, so you have to figure it out yourself, which have all been correct. 2023 projects are so cool, is what he said, which would imply that, yeah, we might see some actual cool projects for this year. Then again, this tweet, which we already saw, and then he says, nope, 2023 projects started for a while. Info is everywhere, and our team all riddles on the 23 projects. Again, he says 23, but I guess he means 2023. So yeah, again, it's just the only thing that's definitely guaranteed, I would say, is probably Mystery Dungeon and DLC. Those are two guaranteed things I think that we're most definitely gonna see. Anything else, who knows? Okay, I am genuinely so excited. Like, I have this feeling in my belly, in my gut, that's just, I don't know, this excitement, man. Like, we haven't had a Pokemon Day in a year, man. It's been a while, dude. It's been dry. We want to see some hype. We want to get some excitement, just like how we felt when Scarlet and Violet got revealed, because that was crazy. So I want to just see that same level of excitement. I know just for a fact that two things we will most likely see is DLC for a fact, and most likely Mystery Dungeon game. Now, it's going to be a remake or a brand new Mystery Dungeon game. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Nonetheless, that was one of the few things. Let's move on to another thing, which is actually about the third legendary. And this is coming to us from Soul Silver Arch. It says, theory, I think the third legendary could have features of both future and past Paradox Pokemon. Heath even said he didn't know if it was a Pokemon or even alive. I believe this is just because it may be half robot, half machine. You can see its shell and eyes and crown and all look somewhat mechanical, not alive looking, and it may be half ancient looking too. its spikes, mane, and tail have past paradox traits of gaining more fur and spikes, and this theory is laying the groundwork for other theories. I've got at least one more, one every day until Pokemon Day. So, again, I like the idea of that, that it's just going to be a mixture of all of them, because, well, it created all of them in some way or shape. So, yeah, it would be kind of cool. And I actually like this, what X Brandino actually said down here. He used, like, Horizon, actually, as an example, saying, all I can think of is the Shell Snapper from Horizon Forbidden West, but also with Terra Crystals on it, half machine, half organic, which, yes, that would be actually pretty freaking sick. This thing looks epic. So, yeah, something like that would actually be pretty lit. I wouldn't mind that. And then, of course, we also have this post right here, which is a reply to Joe Merrick, who runs Cerebi, a Pokemon website, who says, for the first time since Pokemon Scarlet and Violet launched, we're currently in a position where there's no raid event running and no coming raid event announced for this week and next week. Very interesting, which means there's probably a big one coming when Pokemon Day happens. Fun. Naturally, there's a 99% chance they are waiting to reveal a new raid event on Pokemon Day. I just hope it's something bigger. Would you be surprised to see these two below? Probably not happening, and it'll just be a Hisuian or old legendary Pokemon, lol. Well, we'll have to wait and see. These two actually show up on an update, like just in an update, not in the DLC, just a regular update. That would be the coolest thing ever. If they just drop these things, just like this, all of a sudden, that would be actually incredible. So, personally, I'm all on board for that. We'll have to wait and see if it happens, though, but I'll be 1000% on board for that. And the final thing we have here is just a discussion about how many things can we actually expect in terms of forms in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC. So, Soul says the following. There are 24 new Pokemon and forms introduced into the Sword and Shield DLC. I'm expecting a number close to that for the Scarlet and Violet DLC. Maybe even a few more, plenty of options on forms we could get, plus a few new Mons. We already know of 3 since the Paradoxes count as new Pokemon, plus maybe a mythical. But if you look right here, the things we got back then, for the Sword and Shield stuff, was in this case, we got the Slowpoke, Slowbro forms. We've got the Cubfu guy, the Cubfu and Urshifus. So I guess if you count the forms, that is I guess, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So yeah, 23 total. And I guess if you count the forms of Urshifu, that is also, I guess, part of it. But if we're just counting individual Pokemon, like not forms or anything like that, individually brand new Pokemon, which I do count these guys, the Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres. I guess I would count them in that, and Regieleki and all them. So in that case, we have a grand total of like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with Calyrex, so that's 9, 10, 11, and then 12, I guess, and 13. So yeah, we had like half of it was basically new Pokemon, half of it, and the other half was, or half of it was new Pokemon, other half was pretty much just forms of Pokemon, like the Gigantamax forms for all the, Gen 8 starters. So, Cinderace, Inteleon, and Rillaboom, they all had like that too. And then, of course, we got it for Blastoise and Venusaur as well. So, yeah, it was an interesting mix of stuff. And I hope we get equal amount of it, if even not maybe more. That would be really lovely. But we'll have to wait and see how that actually turns out for now. But, yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, again, just a quick recap. We talked about this post. It talks about one of the most epic things, which is us possibly getting a Legends Johto game, which I am a big proponent for. I loved Legends Arceus. I want to see more of that, and I think it's a golden opportunity, lads. It's a golden opportunity for us to get that as well. So I would love that. That would genuinely be sick. But, whoop-de-doo. For now, we're just going to have to wait and see what actually happens. What else is there, actually, now that I think about it? What else is there to talk about? This is pretty much just like unlikely to happen. There's too much stuff in here, too many good things, honestly. It's too many good things for it to be real, which is why it makes me doubt it. We have the fact that there is kind of this weird situation with the project based on what Ku's saying, that people should be excited but also not excited, or that people are over-expecting or underestimating. The fact that Detective Pikachu 2 is still in development. The fact that the third legendary could be a mix of 2 of the, different versions that we have, like a past and a future form. And then, of course, will we be seeing these fellas, the Paradox, Suicune, and Virizion showing up as raids on Pokemon Day itself? And, of course, finishing it off with the fact that we had 24 forms and Pokemon that were brand new in the Sword and Shield DLC. So will we see that here as well? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But I want to thank you guys all for watching. I want to thank you for all the support. We're actually just about close to hitting 1.5k subs, so thank you so much for that. Seriously, I'm glad you guys like these videos. I'm glad you enjoy watching them. Thank you for growing this channel. It's been nice for me just to be able to be a little bit more creative and have a bit more fun over on Ruffle Rowlet with different IDs. Meanwhile, I can still create these videos here for you guys because I know you guys do enjoy these, and I mean, otherwise you wouldn't watch them, right? You guys do enjoy these videos and you seem to want more of them, so I will keep producing them here, and you guys can expect more content like this into the future. So I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.